Hello, and welcome to our video series about how to transform your practice using AI. I'm Katie Young. I'm the managing partner and co-founder of Ad Astra Law Group in San Francisco. I litigate in the areas of business, employment, real estate, and trademark. Been doing that for about 16 years, and I'm showing you how I've transformed my practice and the tools that I have used. So I'm happy to be joined here today with the creator of one of my favorite tools, Legion.Law. This is Arthur Rothrock. Arthur, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Thanks again for having me, Katie.
All right. Do you want to jump right into it? And we'll show how to propound the special interrogatories. And then you're going to talk to us about some other things that the software does. So let me get out of here and I will show you. This is the login screen once you've logged on to Legion. If you watched our previous videos, you've seen how we were able to upload the documents necessary. We just did contention interrogatories. And so here we are, and we're going to, let me move this. We're going to create a new document today in this case. And what we're going to do is propound. We have a choice. We can do contention interrogatories, which was our last video, special rogs, RFPs, and RFAs. Now, Arthur, do you have to, or can you do all of these at once?
So you can do all three at once. You can do two of them. You can do one at a time. I think for purposes of our video today, we're just going to sort of run you through one of these and show you how it looks. But you can do all three at the same time if you want.
Okay, let's try special interrogatories. So it already has the complaint, so we'll tell it there. And an answer, we don't have that yet. Let's say we're propounding these special interrogatories that are new. You can tell it about previous interrogatory sets you've sent. Is that for the purpose of the council declaration, so it knows how many you've sent before?
So partially that, but primarily I want to make sure that any discovery that we generate isn't duplicative. So we'll make sure that it sees what you've done before and tries to not retread that same ground and save you some time. And then the other thing is if you're doing like a second set of discovery, then we figure out, okay, so we're on set two, and here's where you left off at. So we adjust the numbering for you automatically accordingly. And then
Interesting.
there's also additional documents. So if you have like a lease, a trust, some sort of other document that you want to ask questions about that the context is maybe not in the pleading, you can upload that there and Legion will take a look at it and draft discovery for you there. Finally,
Let's upload the contract then, sample agreement.
cool.
Upload that. And then we did the contention interrogatories. Do you know which one it is here that I should click? Or maybe both?
Um, Good question. I would look at maybe click on the little eyeball. We can take a look at it, make sure that it's not the declaration. Yep, that's the declaration. So we want the bottom one.
Okay, excellent.
There
All
we go.
right, so it knows about the complaint, it knows about the contention logs that we did, and it's reading the contract right now.
That's right. And so if you just continue to preferences from this point onwards, what happens is Legion is going to create like a discovery plan behind the scenes, and it'll execute on that to draft you discovery. And that's really best used for this is the first time that you're serving discovery. You want something pretty comprehensive. It'll do all that heavy thinking for you. If you wouldn't mind going back to the supporting documents section, at the bottom there, it says discovery instructions. So say you're doing like a second set or a third set, some new issue has come up, some new thing has happened where now you want more targeted discovery. You can toggle that and then just type in exactly what you're looking for discovery wise, what the new issue is, what you're looking for. And then that'll skip the whole, doing the discovery plan and executing on that, which can take a little bit of time. So it's a little bit quicker this way. And so that's how we sort of provide that option. So great for your second or third set. Otherwise, you don't need to use it if you're just doing your initial set.
Okay, well, let's pretend we're just doing the initial set right now. So let's untoggle that. And okay, it looks like all the documents are uploaded. And then we were at preferences, and it knows we sent 42 interrogatories already. And who do we represent? We are, let's say we're the defendant. We're Quantum Healthcare, Quantum Dynamics, excuse me, and the responding party is Meridian.
Yeah, and then up there is a I represent a party who either initiated the complaint or is defending, and then that helps us figure out what sort of discovery plan we need to do.
Excellent. Okay, am I ready to hit confirm and generate?
Let's do it.
Definition style. Oh, we talked about this last time. Great. Nested or separate. I prefer them separate. But if we click nested, will it show you?
That's right.
Yeah, within the interrogatory itself. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna go with separate because that's how I like it. And it lets you review these definitions ahead of time and click into them and edit them, right?
Yeah, so these are your default definitions that you use across, any time that you do special interrogatories. We have system defaults for you, but if you have your own custom ones, this is where you could edit that. And then at the bottom, we also generate you case-specific definitions that are based on the documents that you've uploaded.
Oh, excellent. All right. So there was an issue with the security audit. And so I didn't tell it that. It figured out that there was an issue with the security audit and it made that a defined term. Neat.
That's right. And just like some of the other workflows that everyone has seen, at the bottom is a comment bar where you can sort of say, add a definition for this or remove this definition. So you can make direct inline edits if you want, or you can just sort of tell Legion what you would like added or removed as well.
Um, let's say add a definition for, let's say project consultant. And should I tell it what the definition is? Or is
Um,
it,
let's just see what it comes up with for that.
oh, I clicked too fast. I
No.
clicked generate discovery instead of just
Uh,
hitting enter there. But that's okay. We can go back.
no.
Back to definitions. And I was telling it add a definition or project. What did I say? Project, let's say
Manager.
coordinator.
Oh, there we go.
And then this button,
Yeah, either enter or that button.
thinking. It's pretty cool that you can customize it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've mentioned this in other videos, and I'll mention it here again, is that one of the things that I like about your software versus some other software, AI softwares that I've tried, is that you get to manipulate the work product before you buy it, which I think is pretty neat. Okay, great. So we've got all of our definitions in there. Am I ready to move on to here? Because we already generated.
Well, I would regenerate the discovery because it needs to sort of know what the definitions are so I can do a good job of generating for you.
Got it, because we added that definition.
That's right.
I see. Very powerful. Okay. Well, in the last video, we did those contention interrogatories, which was really, really helpful. In previous times, we've been able to upload the complaint and the answer, which we didn't upload here because we didn't have an answer yet. We're pretending to be the defendant. Um, what other use cases do you see for the special interrogatory tool that we're using here that's automatic?
Other than the sort of council declaration stuff that we do. So again, if we see that you're over 35 interrogatories, then we do the automatic council declaration for you. It's great if you can provide the answer because we'll do a bunch of discovery based on affirmative defenses. And sort of the fun thing here that Katie will show off is, while Legion is doing all this, it's going to give us a final set of special interrogatories where it's best attempt at them for you on the left. And then on the right is Legion's AI, where you can chat with it like you would an associate or a paralegal and say, I want more special interrogatories on damages, or I would like you to ask more about their injuries, or whatever it might be. And it'll go ahead and suggest a bunch of, or will propose a bunch of special interrogatories for you. And then you can
That's down
review them.
here.
Yeah, that's down there, and it should be available as soon as it's done drafting the actual special interrogatories for us. But super easy to just click them and add them over to the left, and Katie will sort of show how that works. in a couple minutes. But we had a lot of fun building this. We whenever we were beta testing it, we were like, okay, well, what sort of ridiculous stuff could we have it do? And we're like, okay, give us a bunch of special interrogatories as if you're Shrek, or give us a bunch of interrogatories like you're a pirate, or give us a bunch of interrogatories as if you're like Donald Trump or something. And it would be like no problem, and it would spit out a bunch of these like wild, wacky, interrogatories for us too. So we had, if you're ever sort of at the end of your rope and you need to have a good laugh or something, you can have some fun with the platform while you're doing it. It's free. You can see what it
Oh,
comes
that's
up
hilarious.
with. Yeah.
Done in the style of,
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Um, well, I was thinking about what you said about the drafting interrogatories based on the affirmative defenses. That's something that a lot of practitioners forget to do, but it's easy fodder, right? You could do contention interrogatories on those or special interrogatories on those.
Right. You can always hit them with the form log like 15.1 and ruin their day. This will be a fun practicing tip for newer lawyers as well. You really sort of want to be careful about what affirmative defenses that you're alleging for an answer, because 15.1 is going to ask you for essentially, all the facts, docs, witnesses, everything that supports that affirmative defense. And that could be pretty difficult. If you're just trying to throw the kitchen sink at it and you're afraid that you're going to miss something, that can ruin your day, because you will be spending a lot of time drafting your form interrogatory responses for something like that. And so you usually make that mistake only once, because when you do it once, you're like, okay, I'm going to be very careful about what affirmative defenses I'm alleging. I'm only going to do the ones that I'm very sure are applicable, or at least, aren't going to be extremely difficult to back up. It's certainly a difference in like a first year attorney's work and then, now a more senior associate's level work. Have you sort of seen that play out, Katie?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I really have. I mean, our firm has had, we've worked with juniors, we've worked with mid-level. Right now, I only have seniors, thanks to your product and some others. But I have the folks that used to work for me that were in the 2 to 7 year, 8 year range. They give a range of work product.
Is there any affirmative defenses that you always throw in?
What do I always throw in?
Yeah.
I try and be really tailored with these because I've gotten messed up with 50.1 as well and tearing my hair out and going, why did I include that in there? Plus, I like to, if I'm feeling really aggressive, I'll demur on someone's affirmative defenses if they haven't
Oh,
put.
that's rare.
Yeah, it's rare, but I mean, most practitioners don't put any facts in when you're pleading that affirmative defense. You just throw it in there. And so if there's no facts pled, you can really push them on that. Of course, it depends on the client's budget and how aggressive they want to be and all that, but that's a really fun thing to do if you can.
Yeah,
Um,
is it a demur or is it a motion to strike? I can't remember which one you would maybe use for that.
I've demurred before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look what
Oh,
it's
cool.
popped
Yeah.
up for us. Okay. All right. So here, so it's come up with for the allegation in paragraph 55 of the complaint that Quantum used deprecated SHA-1 hashing algorithms, describe how that specific alleged failure standing alone frustrated the essential purpose of the software development agreement. All of those are defined terms. Excellent. That is a decent interrogatory that I would have expected one of my juniors to write. And of course, it starts at 43 because it knows we did 1 through 42 already. Fantastic. I noticed here this one for the fraud claim, state all facts that support your contention that Quantum knew. That's a little bit different than what was asked in the contention interrogatories, which was about specific sentences. This one's asking for a larger answer.
And
Um,
there's the pencil. So if you ever want to make direct edits to something, you can. There's the trash can, so you can bin anything that you don't like either. And then the plus sign is if you just want to add your own and custom draft it yourself, you can do that as
okay.
well. But the more fun thing is the chat bot on the right. If you want to just say, give me more special interrogatories on damages, or you can just say more ROGs on damages. It'll understand shorthand as well.
Okay, give me more interrogatories on damages. Submit. That's really neat. I really love the ability to continue to prompt it in different ways.
Right. You can queue it up on the right and then, sort of continue to go through and act stuff or edit them. And then eventually you have a bunch of stuff on the right that you can start pulling in. Um,
Mhm.
the iteration process on this has been a lot more fun. I have so much more fun, doing discovery and objective discovery, doing complaints than I ever did before. It's like it was always such a friction. I'm like, I really don't want to do it. I love litigating, but I hate drafting this stuff. I would rather just go fight about it. And now this lets me do
Right.
that. I can just, get this out the door, and then now I'm getting to fighting a lot quicker.
I get totally jazzed when I get to use one of these tools. It's way more fun than it used to be.
Mm.
Okay, so here's what it gave us in response to me asking it to give more special interrogatories on damages. So these are all focused on damages there. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Let's see. And is it done?
Yeah, should be
Should
done.
we?
So you can click on whatever ones that you like
Hmm.
on the right, the ones that it's just suggested.
Hmm.
And then at the top right, there's a little add button. So you can add them to your final list on the left if those are ones that you like and that you want.
Hmm.
And then you can continue the chat to get more. You can clear the chat if you want to start like a new topic and ask for something else. And that's sort of your normal iteration that you'll go through. And once you're happy with your set, you just click finalize up at the top and it'll start dropping everything into a Word doc for you.
Let's do it. And this is going to come out on pleading paper with my caption and looking good with manipulable paragraphs as well.
Every single time. They are also one of the nice things too is we actually use an auto numbering in the output too. So if you give this to someone else and they want to add some more, for whatever reason, they don't want to come back to the platform and do it, even though it would be really convenient, you can still do it right in the Word doc. And if copy all of it, you'll see a little thing that says update field. And so you can do that and it will update the numbering for you if you're like copying and pasting previous ROGs and then editing them. The auto numbering will kick in.
Neat. And then what is this bar down here where it says suggest edits? What can we do here?
Same thing for it's our comment bar where you can tell it to do things. Where we usually don't see people do a whole lot with this at this step because you're already done. Like at the special interrogatory, like you've already generated all of them, you're finalizing it. This is really just a way to sort of look at everything and make sure it all looks good to you. But you can, say you forgot like or maybe you wanted to revise a definition or the to all parties section was messed up or something, then you can just sort of give some comments or feedback there and it'll go ahead and revise it for you before you proceed to checking out.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's say it's all good and let's go to download. We've mentioned on the last couple of videos that I think your pricing is really aggressive. It's $10 a page, it's way cheaper than even a paralegal. And so for my practice, I mean, I represent mostly small and medium-sized businesses and, fairly well-to-do individuals, but not huge companies and not bajillionaires, and all of them are paying the bills out of their own pocket. There's almost never an insurance company paying the bills for us. So I'm really proud to be able to offer tools like this to present some cost savings to my clients. It means that we can get a lot more done for a lot less money. It's
We
pretty great.
we also, so even though we charge you right away, we also send a invoice for every matter that you have at the end of the month. And so that way you can easily recoup the cost from your client. So it essentially costs you nothing. And we also put in there a little time and cost estimate. So, we generally know how long it takes to do these sort of things the old fashioned way. So we put in there, here's how much time this probably would have taken based on how many pages it is. And then, assuming like a $500, average attorney rate, for this, here's how much it would have cost. And then now the client's like, holy crap, I just saved a ton of money on this. Instead of like $5,000, it only cost me $100. That's way better. And I would assume that makes them a little bit more happy to pay the rest of the bill for the other things, because you're saving them so much money on this sort of work as well.
It's true. They love it. All of my clients uh, that know about our AI use, which of course, I guess all of the new ones know about the AI use because we put in our representation agreement a paragraph about us using generative AI, and we're going to abide by our ethical duties to make sure that the information stays confidential and the software that we're using has the right security and data encryption. And it's not learning off of our clients' confidential information. And then finally, I see it gave me a council declaration. That's what you were talking about before. It detected that we went over 35 interrogatories.
That's right. We know that we're already over 35, so we got to do the council declaration.
Okay, great. So it gave us 11 pages for $110. And the council deck, let's see, 140, let's purchase. Got my credit card saved in there. And it's going to download for us right here, a little zip file. And here is, oh, path is too long. Hmm.
Hmm.
This will open. There's operation. It knew that we'd already propounded 42, and how many this one contains. So this is nice, saving a step, like saving the thinking that's out there. Something that my paralegal doesn't have to be worried about. Let's see if I can rename this.
Probably need to rename the actual zip file that you downloaded.
Ah, got it.
Yeah. And let's see if that works.
Ta-da!
There
What are you in tech or something?
you go. Just did a lot of troubleshooting.
Excellent. Well, yeah, have no fear, audience. There's always some troubleshooting to be done. Unplug it, plug it back in. Okay, well, here's the work product. It's got my caption on there. It's got um, the headings. It's got special interrogatories number 43 through 91, our definitions,
Yeah,
and
that was
then
that was actually something that it's not required by the code to do that. But someone had mentioned that they really like to have that there because, when they are trying to do a new set or they just want to refer to something quickly, being able to see what the numbers actually are in that set of documents makes it easier for them rather than having to open up the document, scroll all the way to the bottom to figure out where they left off at. So we surface that information up at the top in the caption, even though it's not required by the code.
so convenient. You've thought of everything. And
We
there it
try.
is. There's our there's our 91 special interrogatories, and you would hand this off to anyone to review. In my case, I've already done this and I've already approved it all in Legion. And so I'm ready to go and ready to sign this. And I'll say the only other way we've worked with this is if my associate's not clear, even my seniors that are learning how to use AI, right, they'll draft, for instance, the special interrogatories and keep it in Legion, and then I will log in and edit and review within there, and then we'll get it out.
Makes it easy. We are working on a multiplayer where everyone will be able to have their own account. And you can just sort of share certain cases that you have supports on or other associates. But for now, it's pretty easy to just share one account and hop in. We don't charge like a subscription or per seats or anything because we don't really care about that. We just want to deliver some value in DocChat. So
I love that. All right, well, thanks, Arthur. This was very informative, and we'll see you back for another video.
thanks so much, Kate.
Bye.